Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Hobbits. Today, joined by
Nicholas.
Yes. Last time we did a video together was a beer that was a big part of our early beer journey.
A Belgian beer.
Yeah, that was awesome. We drank a Cuvée van de Kaiser, the blue one, the dark one. But we're drinking pastry stout today. We just had one that was awesome. Nicholas really liked it with fruit, and then I thought it would be fun to do it with you because you really liked the other one.
Yes.
So we did that one with him, but that was very good. That was strawberries. But this is probably one of the first fruited Imperial stout that really got people riled up, where people like the idea of fruit in stout because it can often be a mishmash. But this is none other than Bottle Logic's Jam the Radar. Got this one from Beer Dome, so thanks a ton to Beer Dome for the beer. They had a huge selection of Bottle Logic, not a huge selection, but they get actually now sporadic releases of Bottle Logic, where it's like 3-4 different barrel-aged Imperial Stouts, which is, crazy. This used to be stuff you'd have to trade for, but now with the current state of craft beer, a lot of stuff is distributed. But this was the first time I drank a stout with fruit where I was like, this is really great. So this is the 23 vintage of Jam the Radar, which is a raspberry stout aged in bourbon barrels with raspberry and cocoa nibs. It's
black and red raspberries.
Yes.
Nonetheless.
To, I guess, develop complex flavor. 13.5%. They don't talk about the barrels, but they did talk about the cocoa nibs. I just forget where they're from. Pours a very black color in the glass.
Pitch black. Love the tan foam.
Yeah, the first stout today with the foam.
Not a lot of head.
No, but the other ones had no head. So, but otherwise pitch black. Okay, you're jumping the gun. Let's check out the aroma.
Fucking hell.
Oh, it really tastes like truffles. It just
I get the raspberries.
Yeah.
Like off front and center raspberries.
It tastes like a raspberry truffle. Raspberry chocolate truffle. Loads of jammy.
Very rich, very decadent.
Yeah, it smells like really rich dark chocolate and raspberries. And then there's like this undercurrent of bourbon. Like this fudgy bourbon note. It's actually not too far off what we just had. It's just raspberry aromas. And then it lacks all the vanilla and coffee and all that beer had.
If you think of like
loads of chocolate and raspberry.
Very like a if you get like a really fancy chocolate with raspberries, like dark chocolate and smooth,
like those
velvety,
fancy filled chocolates, like the adult chocolate.
Well, you just have one, you're like, this fills me up.
Yeah, it's like really dark chocolate nuances. But this is like, it smells like it really works. Like, again, it's so hard to do stouts with fruit, but this really works on the aroma, I think.
They can't be hit and miss.
Yeah. Smells really good. Let's try it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks to Beer Dome for the beer. Lots of raspberry. It's not as rich as the previous beer. This is more dry.
Yeah. More like dusty, but the smell really translates into the taste. I
agree.
You're not disappointed with the taste at all. It's smooth, velvety, a little dusty, but rich.
Rich, loads of chocolate and raspberry. And there's a lot of bourbon too. A lot of fuming, warm bourbon flavor. Like that, like warm, fuming alcohol sensation is totally there. But I think this is even more full on with fruit than the previous one. And they're from the same year. So I'm guessing either it's the base beer that's different or they use even more fruit in this. It also has more dryness. It's still sweet, but it has a little bit more dryness than the previous one. It's not like this is weak in body, but it's not like that gloopy mouthfeel as the other one.
It's not like a sticky. It doesn't coat your mouth in the same way as other barrel-aged high ABV stouts might do.
No. But really, it's definitely like a fancy adult chocolate.
Yeah.
With raspberry, like a concentrated raspberry filling. You can get these where it's like black chocolate, truffle type stuff. And then it has a center that's liquid.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly like that, pretty much.
It's definitely a bottle for sharing.
Yeah. So was the other one, I think.
Absolutely. It just ruined a bottle of White Wedding 2024 I had from Fanny. The other bottle. But yeah, this
is nice. But the beers we shared are just a little more rich and a little more intense on the barrel and adjuncts compared to that beer, although it's very nice. But this also has a lot of barrel, I think. Yeah. I think actually the bourbon character on this is more intense than the previous one. And I think maybe that's because The body is a little bit more light, so it screams a bit more. And there's not as many different adjuncts. This is just like raspberry and chocolate. But it also tastes like, you can taste like this beer was made a couple of years, the original recipe, than the other one, I feel like. Because it's just, it feels not exactly as modern as the one we just had. Can you see that?
Probably. I would say the main thing that sticks out in terms of this one is the raspberry flavors. If you took like a concentrate that you're supposed to mix with water, and you mixed it a little bit too heavily, when you get it on the tongue, the aftertaste, it's very like the rich decadent chocolate. It's there and it lingers after you swallow it. You get this pleasant raspberry, dark chocolatey. You get to enjoy it after you swallow it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, and it has like a slight sharp acidity like raspberries. Like this sharp, sour raspberry taste. I think maybe that's something that people will deviate from these days in these kind of beers where there's fruit in it. They don't like the acidity. That's the thing I think most of the time. But I think if this was an ounce more rich and deep in the malt character, it would balance a little bit better. Although it's not like it's completely off or anything. It's just like the other one had like a pretty perfect balance between like fruit acidity and base beer.
And the malts aren't too burnt. It's like it's
roasty.
Like roasty, but not overly burnt. It's like a 70% dark chocolate, like that rich decadent. Like you eat a small piece and you're full of that chocolate flavor. And then an overlaying top of raspberry notes. Absolutely, I think it's great.
I think it's great too. It's awesome. I mean, it's really nice. It's really rich. Like, and the barrel is super forward. Like one of the big things I like with these beers is like the barrel is still really intense and forward, and it's definitely there. And the adjunct, like it does exactly what it say on the bottle. It's not like you're looking for things.
No,
it's just like jumping at you with loads of chocolate raspberry, and then all the bourbon. And for me, the bourbon character on this is like it's quite fudgy. It's quite like vanilla-y. It's classic bourbon flavor, really. But I really like it. It's really good. I think I understand why people really enjoy this and were surprised by it when it came out first. That it was like a fruited stout that was really good. But I'm also not like completely blown away. I just really like it. So for me, this is like maybe a 92, 93 on my, maybe 93. It's like it's a really good barrel-aged beer. But I like all the other barrel-aged beers we had prior to this. And especially like just comparing the previous one that with strawberry and chocolate and all that, I think that was just better constructed and the barrel was richer, the base was richer. There was just more layers and more depth to that beer. And actually drinking it off camera, I was just like, is it world class? Drinking it off camera, the last bits, it was definitely world class, I think. Whereas this is, I think it's a couple notches below, but still fucking great.
Still, I would buy it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would buy it. I would share it with 3, 4, or 5 other people.
I mean, you can definitely, you don't need more than 10 centiliters. Maybe
no, absolutely not.
That's fine.
It's filling. It's delightful. It's decadent. It's beautiful.
Do you want to put a number on it, or do you want to put an untapped grade on it?
I'm more used to the untapped grade.
You can put an untapped. I can translate it.
Untapped grade. I'm actually gonna do it live. So,
I have a guess.
All right.
You're either gonna grade this a 4 or a 4.25.
Oh fucking hell.
4.25, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it. So, and that's fun because 93 range too is 4.25 if you calculate percentiles. But it's very good. I think you should check out the On the Radar if you can. It's in Europe right now, so I think Beer Dome sold out of it, so you can't get it on Beer Dome. But you should check it out anyways because they do still have a few different Bottle Logic beers. But yeah, Bottle Logic is in Europe right now. So if you want to try Bottle Logic, you can find it in Europe, which is crazy.
If they're fast, we still got like half a bottle left.
Yeah, you can jump through the camera and drink some. But good stuff. Check out some Jam the Radar. And if you guys already had it, let us know what you thought of it. This is one of the... It's not the most hyped beer from Bottle Logic, but it was one of the beers that I remember people talked a lot about a few years ago. So if you had it, let us know. As always, in the comments, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, Twitter, all that social media stuff. It's not even called Twitter anymore. I just say it because I'm used to saying it. It's called X.
And it sounds better than X.
Yeah.
And I fucking love the smell. Holy shit.
Yeah, it smells really fucking great. I think the aroma is a little bit better than the flavor, maybe.
If you have a piece of roasted toast with raspberry jam, that's the smell. Like, you've got this underlying sort of like rich, filling malts, deep chocolates, but the raspberry flavor on top, that's like cracking a jar of raspberry jam, just go like...
Yeah, like fresh, intense raspberry jam. It's very good. check it out. Cheers.
Cheers.
See you guys in another beer review.